All right, it is May 23rd, and we've solved it once and for all by avoiding the problem altogether. The microphone situation, still the same mic. We're just using a different computer. Turns out, no matter what I want to do with the other computer, which is up here, it's never going to work. There's got to be something wrong with the drivers or the hardware or something. I kind of last weekend I was like, screw it, like that's the end of it. I'm not going to get rid of the computer. It still works fine, but not for recording. It's like a multi-$1,000 laptop, and it just cannot record audio no matter what. So I'm hoping this is the last time I ever have to talk about it, but I had recorded videos for the week last weekend, and I only got through two. I still had to kind of catch up on one, which I was going to do last night or today. But then I got the news from the editor. He was editing the video that was supposed to go out today, and he said, "I got bad news for you." And he's like, "I'm like 7 minutes into the video," and he's like, "Literally, the audio just switches. Literally, like just you're talking, and all of a sudden the audio goes bad." So he has a video of it, and I'm not transitioning or doing anything. It's just the video, just the audio goes terrible. So we finally got an example of it, which is super unfortunate. But he reminded me, so after I record this, I'm going to record just the second half of it where the audio went bad. So he's like, if you can, wear the same shirt. So I have it sitting over here. I'm gonna try to do it. But I just realized I think my beard is a little bit more terrible right now, so it's probably someone's gonna catch on, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. I think it's all about the content anyway. But anyway, I have this gaming rig that's a few years old under my desk that I don't game on much anymore. But I try to make sure, like I mentioned in one of the recent videos, like I'm going to start playing a little bit of Diablo. I want to make sure that I can take some breaks and stuff, and got my walking pad behind me. And I was like, hey, you know what? Like, I bet you that machine for video recording and stuff, it can definitely handle it. It's like the laptop is beastly, but like it's a gaming rig under my desk. Like it should be pretty good. I switched everything over. One attempt. Perfect. Sounds crystal clear. And where I had gotten to before was on my laptop. Anytime I recorded something, I needed it, and it depended on which USB port I was using, but I'd have to unplug and re-plug in my microphone between each time I press start and stop recording. And I was like, I just don't need to live like this. So, I tried multiple recordings in a row on this machine that I'm on now, and it worked perfectly. So, and then I tried streaming on Monday, worked perfectly. I'm just like, screw it. This is the recording and editing machine now. I'm not dealing with that nonsense. It's too silly. So, like I said, I hope that's the last time you hear me having excuses for audio. I've wasted so much time, just recording stuff that's completely garbage. So let's move on. We're in a better place. Okay, so work-wise this week, kind of getting into rewards and performance conversations, which is it's a lot of work, but it's good. It is one of the things as a manager that, like, there's stuff throughout the year ongoing, whether it's projects or people. There's always stuff like going on, but I find like the rewards and performance conversations are, and sorry, this is not to hand out and like tell people the rewards and performance stuff. It's to get alignment. Like I'm basically going to put stuff forward to represent the people on my teams. And for me, this is like, I don't know, this might sound kind of weird. It's like a special time for me because I want to make sure that I have done a good job getting things in place to represent people. And it's a good reminder that as I'm going through this, if I'm like, hey, I feel like I don't have enough information, like not a good sign, right? what does that mean, right? It means that I haven't spent enough time working closely with people. So fortunately, I had conversations with my boss. Feel pretty good about the conversations, because he managed a lot of the team. A lot of the team is also new, so like say 50-50 kind of thing. But the observations that he's had are also aligned with what I've observed. So that feels very good. Not like I started talking about people and he's like, "What do you like? That doesn't sound like the person I know." Um, so that was very positive. But I wanted to mention this just because it's like a part of my job where it's gonna take a bit of a toll in terms of time and energy. So it's good though. I don't mean for that to sound negative. It's just that it's going to be very involved because I need to make sure that I can represent people properly. So that's exciting stuff, but that's mostly what's going on for work right now. And then side project wise, a lot of just as kind of predicted once we had a bit of a breakthrough, driving a ton of progress on stuff right now. So I'm very excited to see that. Uh, we are about to build out some, just for context, like I'm not revealing what it is yet, but building out some authentication stuff. So it will be web based. Um, but just kind of picking the tech stack we're trying to use for that. And probably the only other thing on my, or two things. One, started doing a test run with like I'm saying a client here. They're not paying anything, but this is someone I wanted to work with because I told them about this type of thing and they were like, that sounds interesting. So we're going to set it up for him. We're going to set it up for another one of his businesses. And if that works, there's other connections that he has where he's happy to go promote it for us. So it's really cool. What else? Oh, and then the other part to that was I I have encountered someone who seems like they're building something similar, but what they're building is not how we're starting. What they're building seems to me like it's a nice to have feature set for the future, if I can say it that way. And I am going to have a conversation with them in the morning to see, like, do you just want to press pause on that, build the rest of everything with us, and then like you can go integrate those pieces? Kind of the mindset that I'd rather build stuff together with people than not, especially if they're very motivated and passionate about it. Also, this is a note. I'm just, as I'm doing this, I'm noticing. So my audio I know is crystal clear, but I am noticing the video is lagging. And I hope it's not going to be some weird video issue now. Oh God, if that is, I can't win. But we'll see. We'll see. So that's that. Content wise, today was the day I hit 5,000 YouTube subscribers, which is pretty cool. So for reference, for folks wondering, like, how long does it take to hit 5,000? For me, just under 17 months. Sorry, just under 18 months. So as of June, so no, it would be January, February, March, April, May. So all of May. So it would be 17 months because 12 months from the year before. I started January 1st, basically. And then almost a full 5 months. So 17 months to go to 5,000. To me, like, I I don't know. I think I would have thought that it went faster. And I'm not, it's kind of weird. It's like I know that the way I make content, it's not meant to be viral at all. It's not my goal. And maybe that's the thing that, like, I'm seeing the impact of that. So I like to focus on making useful content. And I don't know. It's just like, I don't want to say it's disappointing. Because I feel like I know what I'm getting myself into when I try to make kind of like just pretty conservative educational content. But at the same time, it's like it's literally 17 months of me making 3 videos a week. And then this year doing more, right? Like I record like 3 hours worth of content minimum per week. And it's like, should that be going up faster? Could it be? I think the answer is yes. Like it could be going up faster, of course, but um this might sound funny, but for as much content creation as I do, like my goal long term is not to be a content creator. Like, I don't want to be spending my time like always making videos and stuff. Like, do I enjoy doing that? It's nice to be able to help educate people, but there's going to be a point where it's realistically not sustainable for me to spend as much time doing what I'm doing. And I think there's more benefit in me getting educational content out there. I'm playing catch up right now, right? I'm playing catch up for the years of content creation I missed out on. And that's one of the reasons I put out as much content as I do, is like I'm playing catch up. But the content that I put out should be realistically almost all of it useful in the future, which is important to me. So every piece of content I make is an investment for the future. For the most part, there's the odd thing that's not, but that's a strategy I have with content creation is I want to make useful content. I want it to be useful for the future because my goal very long term is not to be doing 3 long form videos a week, and like it's a lot. My long term goals, I want to be building software. Will I still make educational content and like, like I want to give back and that kind of thing for software engineers? Absolutely, because that makes me feel good. But my goal is to be making software, and I want most of my time to be doing that. So, um, yeah, so 5,000 on YouTube today. That means if I look at my board, I'm at that goal. I'm at 11,500 followers on LinkedIn. My goal was to get to 15,000. So I have 5 weeks to add 3,500 LinkedIn followers to hit my goal. I'm not hopeful for that, but I think recently I gained about 1,000 pretty fast, which is interesting. I just don't think that's sustainable. What else? Newsletter. I'm not I'm not going to hit that goal. I'd have to get like over 10,000 more newsletter subscribers in a month. I would have to triple my current subscriber base, more than triple. So I think I'm just at 4,000. So like that's not happening, which is unfortunate. I feel like that's one I have a really hard time understanding why and how some other people's newsletters can grow so absurdly fast. There's people with like, 50 to 100,000 subscribers on their newsletter, and I'm going like, I don't know. Like, this is not meant to sound like condescending in any way, but I don't think that their newsletter or how they're posting content or the value of their content is like an order of magnitude greater than what I'm doing. So, um, yeah, like clearly there's an order of magnitude difference in what they're doing. Of course, like there's no doubt because they have the numbers to prove it. But yeah, it's that's one of those things that can feel very frustrating, and it's just from comparison, right? If I just look at my own progress, like I think I've done a good job, but when I start comparing, it's like there's some people that are starting to post on LinkedIn now and they're gaining thousands of followers, and they're not the the value of their content. And this is again not meant to sound mean or anything, but like it's not educational. And I'm starting to notice that I posted about this on LinkedIn already, but like it's feeling like LinkedIn is just turning into like memes and I don't know, like memes and shit posting, and I don't know, like I don't want to do that. I want to post helpful content. So it makes it very frustrating when you see people kind of just messing around on LinkedIn, and it's like, yeah, it's getting engagement because people are talking about completely non-professional things. And I don't say that like the people aren't capable of posting professional things or they don't sometimes do it, but like they're posting what's getting engagement, and we're kind of we as in anyone who's interacting with it is, that's what's driving engagement, so people are going to keep doing it. So I'm kind of disappointed. The past few months I've really noticed like a huge change in that, but it is what it is. I've said this to a couple people today even. I'm like, I get it. Like if that's what's working, that's what's working, but I don't want to change my brand. Like I don't feel good about that. So we'll see. I'm gonna wrap up this video because I'm getting very concerned that I'm noticing like it's choppy when I'm doing this right now, and I just hope it's the playback because if it's the recording, I'm gonna lose my mind. But thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see you next week, and I'm excited to give you guys updates about the stuff we're building. So stay tuned for that. Take care, and I'll see you next time.